I know bullying can be a very, I don't know, uncomfortable and very sad experience. Unfortunately,
Yes.
many of my students go through this, and yeah, like most of you know, today's session is going to be about that. Is going to help. I'm going to talk a little bit about bullying. I know it's not a, so I'm going to be making a lot of jokes about it, but doesn't mean I want to set the context right up front that it is a very sad experience. It's not something that it is serious. While I'll be funny and I'll be making jokes about it, doesn't mean I take it lightly. I do take it very seriously. I'm doing it. I'm making many jokes and all that stuff simply to uh, lighten the mood here, and have more fun, and so that I can share more with you. I want to start with this point that hey, it's a serious problem, and I know many of you probably go through it, have gone through it. Some of you probably have done it also. That's fine. It's okay. Yeah, but I'm going to talk about it, and this is primarily going to be how to tackle bullying, like what to do if you are getting bullied and you're feeling bullied and you're feeling low because of it, and it's really causing a lot of problems. What to do? That's what I'm going to focus on today. Let's go. Can all of you see the poll? About 60% of you have experienced bullying, and about 40% have not. Oh, that's good. All right, 60-40. Nice, interesting. Hmm. I'm going to ask another interesting question now, but this time I want you to be honest about this question, okay? If I were honest, I'll also say yes. Well, I have been bullied as well as a kid, but I have also bullied others. I mean, without knowing, I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it. And by the way, it's completely fine to have experienced bullying yourself and also have and also bullying others. That's also fine because I've done that. I'm not proud of it, but I've done that. Yeah, awesome. I can see it's another 60-40 split. I guess why. I think the people who said yes for the previous question, they're all the ones who are saying no. And it's vice versa. But anyways, interesting. I want one of you to tell me what is bullying. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by bullying? I want someone to answer this question. Anyone? Naisha, I want you. What do you have to say? What's bullying?
So basically, like, yeah, I have gone through like many bullying experiences over the years. Like in my school, maybe three, four. In my
Hmm.
bus, like the whole back seat, the like older children, and then in my old apartment also. So basically, it's and my friends too. So bullying does not always have to be like um, unknown people. It could be our own friends too. It's basically just trying to provoke you or with the intention of making you feel small and lower your self-esteem and make you feel like you're less than them or something like that.
Got it. Got it. Nice. I like the nuanced answer. So Naisha was adding that bullying can be anyone. It can be close friends. It could be siblings. It could be relatives. It could be cousins. And it's with the intent of making you feel low, making you feel small, making you feel low self-esteem for some weird reason. Right? I know it's a very weird thing. Right? It feels like a very nasty thing for someone to do, but for funnily, I don't know why it's this common and why so many people do it, especially, yeah, lots of kids do it. Yeah, it's weird. I know a lot of adults also do it. I've been bullied as an adult as well. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it happens, but it happens. Yeah. Okay, I got some really interesting answers around what is bullying. Why do people bully? Why do you think someone bullies someone? Any other reasons why you think people bully? I'm gonna open out more here. Yeah, go ahead. Why do you
Um,
think people?
I think people bully to make themselves look popular and feel important.
Interesting.
Uh,
Okay, right. That's a nice answer. I like it. So people do it. They feel like, based on what Arya is saying, it's like, hey, they wanna feel all important, and they wanna feel popular. They wanna feel like they're like the, I don't know, the people, likable people. And to do they, for some reason, it's also weird, right? The people who bully do end up becoming popular for some weird reason. Like, other people end up looking up to them, and other friends and students end up kind of saying, hey, they're the cool people. The cool people are the ones who bully for some weird reason, right? Even I've seen this pattern. It was in my school also. It was like this. So basically, they bully to be cool. They think that if they bully, they become cool. Is that right, Arya? Is that what you were saying? Got it. Okay, nice. I got some interesting answers. I really like the answers. I think it's very deep and well understood. I'm still going to share a poll. Choose the one that you think is closest. Interesting. A good percentage of you have chosen the second option because they like it. Hmm. Last question. Before I go into this whole topic of what to do if you get bullied, last question. What do you do once you get bullied? Those who said they get bullied, what do you generally do? What's like the most common strategy that you use when you get bullied? Anyone, any new person? I'm curious, but be honest, okay, over here. Jaslyn, what do you do when you get if you get bullied or when you get bullied?
Like, I will always talk to my mother first,
Mhm.
and I would not be talking with that bullying person, and I will talk to my mother,
You will stop talking to that bullying person, right?
and I will
Perfect.
talk.
Has that? But I want to know: has that stopped that person from bullying you? When you stop talking to them?
No, but yeah, I would be talking to my mother for it. If she gives a solution, then it's good. Or I'll be just talk. I'll also talk with him afterwards to clear this out.
Understood. Got it. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Jaslyn. Okay. Okay. Cool. I got a few answers. I'm going to share a poll now. Choose the one that is closest to what you generally do. Once again, very interesting results. We've got the last one. Make them feel bad in return so they understand how you feel. That's like the most common answer. It's like, hey, they're making me feel bad. Only if they understand how I feel, they'll stop. So I will make them feel bad. By the way, I used to do this all the time. Like when I was in school and I was getting bullied, this is what I used to do. The second most common answer is I don't say anything and stop talking. I just like completely cut off. Hey, they do it. I just stop talking to them after that. Okay, but my question to you is: has this ever worked? People who chose the last option, where you get back with with a vengeance and you tell them, hey, you know what, I'm going to make you feel worse. I'm going to make you feel as bad as I felt. Has it ever worked? Or I'll actually share a poll. If it's worked, say yes. If it's not worked, say no. Like almost the majority of you say it's never worked. But I do it. I think it worked, but it's never worked. Right? And some of you are saying yes. I can see that it works sometimes, but I have a feeling it wouldn't work. Like it's very unlikely that this strategy of getting back at them will actually work. While it might, sometimes it's not going to really help. It's only, in fact, going to make it worse. I'll tell you why. I'm going to come to it. Right. So, okay, cool. Now I'm done with all my questions. You're probably wondering, sir, okay, enough questions. So what is it like? Okay, now what is bullying? Was like, how do I help now? No, help my situation. Help me. I'm getting bullied now. What do I do? So it's a good question. So first, I'm going to give you a little more detailed, like nuance into what is bullying in the first place, right? So some of you said, right, bullying is like the act of one person making the other person feel bad, one person making the other person. To make it very like most experts, if you Google it and if you search for psychologists and things like that, you'll find that most people say that it's a game of dominance. Okay, it's a dominance game. It's like a game. It's like arm wrestling. The closest analogy I could think of is arm wrestling. Have you done arm wrestling, one-on-one arm wrestling with another person? It's like you're trying to establish, or any form of wrestling. I know guys might have. It's rare that girls would have, but yeah, you would have at least seen something like that, right? Or a game of boxing or something like that, where one-on-one, it's a game of aggression. It's a game of one person trying to exert dominance over the other person. Okay, and generally it's the person who initiates, like the person who is bullying the other person. That person is trying to some form of like emotionally dominate the other person, get the basically, like one person said, get the other person to feel low so that the other person can feel good. And this person who initiates the bullying gets feels good when the other person is feeling low. That's their objective. Their whole goal is to upset the other person and make them feel low, and that's why they feel good. They feel like they won if the other person feels low. So I know many of you said, hey, bullying is like hitting, bullying is like making fun of the other person, bullying is like they want to be popular. All these are different ways to bully, but the core reason why people bully is this: to exert some form of dominance. Okay, so that's like the, you can say, the definition also of bullying. What most experts say is the definition of bullying, right? So it's like I said, the best way I would ask you to see it is like a game. It's like uh, a game of trying to exert dominance. Okay, something like arm wrestling, where you're like, I need to get this person down. That's the uh, that's like the game. Now, there's a reason why I'm calling it a game, because that'll help. Keeping this kind of framework in your head will help you tackle this better, because you're now the moment you see bullying as a game, you can see yourself as a participant of a game rather than the victim of some kind of act, right? You're not really, well, of course you're feeling hurt here. You're not really the victim. You're a participant in a game, and I'll come to that. I'll come to how to win this game. It's a game, and how do we win this? I'll come to that, right? The second question I asked you before I go to what to do when you get bullied: why do people bully, right? And many of you said some really nice answers, right? Answers like, hey, they want to be funny, they want to be popular, and stuff like that, right? So there are three main reasons. This is, you might want to write this down because this will help you empathize with the person bullying you. There are three main reasons why people bully. Okay, the first one, like one of you said, is to look funny, to look humorous. The first one is to, a student wants to feel popular and feel funny, feel like the other people like them because they're funny, and therefore they make jokes on other people. An example might be, hey, look, that guy is so short. Hey, look, that girl is so short. That girl doesn't look good. Whatever. Whatever random bullying that you see in school. I used to get bullied, for example. I was short. I'm still short. So I used to get bullied for my height. And a guy would come to me and tell me, hey, you're so short. And then he'll make, jokes about me because I was short. And then everyone around him will laugh. So why was he doing it? He was trying to be funny. He was trying to make other people laugh. But the problem there was he was making me the butt of the joke, and therefore I was feeling really, really low. Right? So that's the first reason. They want to be popular, they want to be funny. The second reason, this is the second most common reason, is they're just angry at you. They're like angry at you or upset with you. Okay, let's say this could be a friend. Okay, raise hands if this has happened to you. Let's say you have a close friend, and by mistake you did something to him that pissed him off, him or her. I know I keep saying him because I'm a guy. I'll say her also. Imagine you had a guy friend or a girlfriend, and you did something to piss them off, like break their toy, or maybe betray their trust. And they're angry at you and they're upset with you. And because they're upset with you, they want to get revenge at you, and therefore they bully you. I'm going to share a yes or no poll. Yep. I can see almost 70% of you said yes. So this has happened to me as well. A close friend who generally doesn't bully me, he's a very close friend, bullied me simply because I did something to piss him off by mistake. Maybe by mistake, maybe I didn't, maybe I knew about it. I don't remember the exact details. Maybe I think I took a CD. This is when I was in school and CDs were popular. I took a CD and I forgot to give it back to him or something like that. I don't even know if you guys know what a CD is, a compact disc. Damn, I think I'm old now. It's like a USB. It's basically a, yeah, forget it. There's no point explaining it. But anyway, I took one of his things and then I forgot to return it. And then he got angry with me and he started bullying me because of that. That's like the second kind of most common reason why people bully. And the last one, and this is interesting, people like to feel a sense of control. How many of you like to feel like you're in control of something? So how many of you like to say, for example, use a remote control car and play with a remote control car, right? Or a remote control helicopter. It's a very common thing, right? Why do you like it? Because you like the feeling of being in control of something. You're able to control every single thing it does. You can accelerate, brake, turn left, right. You can control it. So people like that feeling. And bullying, when it comes to bullying, some people, because they like that sense of control, when they say something and they make you feel upset or they make you feel sad, they like this feeling of control that they get because they're able to change your feelings. They're able to influence your feelings so directly. So they can make you feel sad if whenever they want. They can make you feel angry whenever they want to. So the third most common reason is control, a sense of control. They can control your feelings and they like that power. It's powerful for them. So they feel powerful, right? And by the way, I've done this as well. Meaning I have bullied my friend because I like this sense of control. As a child, again, I'm not proud of it. It's not something that I want to do ever again. But as a child, I have done this where, I know that me saying something like, hey, you're fat or something to my friend, will make him feel sad. And the very fact that I can just say that and he feels sad gives me the sense of control, and I've done it because I like that sense of control. And as a child, you don't know, you don't realize that these things are bad. You don't realize that the other person is feeling hurt, and you end up enjoying this feeling of control. And that's like the third feeling, or the third reason, right? The most common reason why children and adults or people generally bully. Right? So the number one is to sound funny and popular, like one of you said. The number two is because they're angry or upset with you. And number three is they like this sense of control. They can control how you feel. These are like the most common reasons why people bully. Right? Yeah. Oh, one misconception here is most often, before I go to is most often these people who bully are generally not bad people. Well, of course, they might do stupid things. It's a stupid thing to do. But many of you might think, hey, that guy is such a nasty person. Like I used to have a lot of anger towards the guy who believed me. I'd be like, hey, he's such a bad person. He's such a nasty person. He's such a, I feel like hitting him. I feel like shouting at him. He's such a bad person. He's making me feel so bad. There's a lot of aggression, and we feel that person is a nasty person, a bad person. But that is not really true. Well, they're basically stupid people. Okay, they're like or rather they just don't know. They don't realize what they're doing. They're being very self-centered. They don't realize the harm it's causing to the other people. The other person, yes, they're being somewhat selfish. I wouldn't say that they're completely nice people also, no, but they're not like inherently bad people, right? Like most people who bully are normal people, like you and me, who grow up to become normal people, or even in school they're just normal people. So one thing to keep in mind while you tackle all this is to kind of humanize the other person. They're okay. They're stupid. They're just doing something stupid. It doesn't mean like they're at the core a very nasty person. They're doing something very stupid. Right? So that's one misconception I want to call out before I go to the next part. Finally, okay. Now I know most of you are probably like, sir, okay, sir, enough. You're telling me all this theory, all this beautiful theory about bullying, why people bully. What do I do? Tell me what to do. How do I stop this? Should I hit the person? Should I shout at the person? Should I get back at them and all this stuff? Well, my answer to this is the remember the last option when I asked you what you do. Almost, I think the most common answer was, "Hey, I do something aggressive in return so that they feel how I feel." Right? Well, that's the most common thing that everyone does, and unfortunately, that never works. That hardly ever works. Why? Because you do it because you get upset. So now I'll come back to the game. Okay, this game of bullying. Now a guy who's bullying. Okay, this is the guy who's bullying. He's doing this to this guy to make him feel upset. Now when he does that and this guy gets upset, he loses a point. It's like losing a point. It's like a game where he loses a point. The moment this guy becomes upset, he says, "Hey, no, I'm going to shout at you." Blah blah blah. So he gets angry. He loses a point. This guy says something more. So the guy who bullies, right, gets more I don't know, happy and satisfied the more this person gets upset and gets angry. The whole point of bullying is to make the other person get upset and angry. So how do we stop this guy? How do you make sure this guy doesn't win? It's simple, but I don't think it's easy, but it's simple. It's logically simple. Don't get upset. Okay? Be calm, don't get upset. That's like the most important technique. Technique number one, probably the most important. I'll come to the other techniques, right? So write this down. Maybe don't get upset, don't get sad, don't get angry. So how do you do this? You maintain a frame. So when someone over here, say this bad guy is telling something nasty to you, right, like this guy who's getting bullied just stays calm. He's like, hey, if someone comes to me and says, hey, you're short, I hate you, you're short, I'll be like, cool, okay, I know I'm short, I know it's my genes, what do I do? That reaction where I'm not upset, where I'm maintaining a frame, versus something like, hey, how dare you say this, how could you, I what can I do to stop being so mean to me? That's a reaction where I am being angry and upset. Versus when someone says I'm short, or say if one guy gets, hey, you're bald, you don't have any hair, I'll be like, yeah, I know, it looks cool, right, I know, I'm glad you have hair. Remember, see the frame I'm answering with. So when you answer without getting upset, that person is kind of losing, because this guy is trying to make you upset. But if you don't get upset, he's kind of losing. He's going to try harder, but he's never going to win, right? So the single most important technique to, not to basically tackle bullying or defeat bullying or prevent bullying is not to get upset. I know it's not easy. Okay, it looks simple, it sounds simple, it's logically simple, but yeah, it's not easy. I'll come to how you do it. Okay, so before I go to how to do this, I'm going to play a video and show you. This is a really nice video on YouTube. This guy does it beautifully, so I'm going to play his own video, and then I'm going to come back to more techniques.
Sociologists have been studying bullying for decades. They just don't call it bullying. They've always called it dominance behavior, that it's other people trying to overpower others. And it's just like the animal kingdom, the alpha male mentality. That's what's happening on campus. And so when we understand it in terms of dominance behavior, people trying to have power over another, that helps us understand what to do about bullying when we really understand what it is.
All the bullying experts agree on one thing, that bullying is an imbalance of power, that someone's trying to have power over you. They want to see you lose and they want to win. You see, the experts say it's an imbalance of power. Let me put it this way. Let's say a bully says they hate your guts. I hate your guts. If you respond out of anger, shut up! The bully loves that. Never. I hate you. Don't care. You're hurting my feelings. That's the point, stupid. You see, the more upset you get, the more angry you get, the more fun they have. But what would happen if we were resilient? Everybody say resilient. What if we were emotionally strong? Everybody say strong. What if we were mentally tough? Everybody say tough. Then no matter what the hater says, you wouldn't care. I hate your guts. That's nice. You smell like body odor. You're nasty. Thanks for the information. Your face is ugly. You've a face of an angel, sweet cheeks. Okay, maybe that was too far. But how awesome would it be if you, the victim of relentless teasing and taunting or bullying, decided to not get upset, to have tough skin, to allow the hateful, mean words of others bounce right off you and not care what the other person says? See, some people say, well, Brooks, doesn't a person have to have a high sense of self-esteem to be able to do what you're asking?
Right. So before I move on, did you see that? It's a nice example. There's more. I'll share more examples. It's a nice example of how he kind of role plays bullying. Right. He shows how the person who's bullying, their main objective is to get you upset. Now, if you get upset, he's winning. It's a game where it's the game where the person who gets upset first is kind of losing, and they keep losing, and the person who doesn't get upset keeps winning. And if you're a victim, it's not a game because you're not. The reason it's also not close to a game is because you're not willingly participating. It's not a game where, hey, both of you, like, it's not a game of chess where both of you agreed to play a game and then start together, right? That's not how it works. It's like someone has forced you into this game by just starting something and saying something nasty to you to bully you. So you're not willingly experiencing this game or joining this game. But the only way to kind of win this game, now you have no choice. But if you lose this game, it's going to feel bad. The only way to win this game is to, like he said, maintain a positive frame, maintain a calm frame. Don't get upset, and you don't even have to return those things. Just don't get upset, because people can see if you get upset, right? And the moment they can see that you get upset, they're like, hey, I got him upset, I'm happy, right? And other people laugh at you when you get upset. That's the other one. So it's weird why people around you and your friends around you laugh at you when they see that you get upset, right? So I'll come back to more, but the single most important technique, don't get upset and stay calm. Okay, that's like probably the most important technique to learn. I'll come to how we do it. Okay, now some of you might come back and say, sir, okay, all this is fine, this sounds good, but I have low self-confidence. You say, I have low self-esteem, I can't do this. This sounds like something a very confident person. So you look very confident, you will do it. But I'm not confident. I'm scared of this bully. I don't like this person. I get very nervous. I get very anxious. How do I maintain my calm state? How do I be calm when this person is saying something nasty to me? Well, my first answer to that question is, you don't need good self-esteem or confidence to stay calm. Okay. It's a misconception. You might think that you need to be very confident to be calm all the time. That's not true. You don't need self-confidence or self-esteem, number one. And number two, how do you do this in order to, feel more self-confidence and self-esteem is practice. You just have to practice. Okay. Practice in the mirror, practice with a sibling, practice. So how I do this is I ask my sibling or my parent or even my friend to bully me. Do role play. Hey, bully me. Say, call me short, call me bald, call me like, hey, you're so stupid. And then I practice listening to that and just think about, okay, I should not get upset. I should stop getting upset. What is it? And not get upset. I should smile and say something back. That's normal. He calls me short. It's like, yeah, I know I'm short. I know, interesting. Isn't that interesting? I probably have to ask my mom why I'm short. It's kind of a very simple, weird answer that has nothing to do with, hey, how dare you say, how could you? None of those angry, upset kind of replies will help you, right? So another way, like I said, is if you have a sibling, I should do this. My sibling, by the way, I used to bully my sibling. That's wrong. I realized later on, then I realized I shouldn't do it. If you're bullying a sibling, don't do that. Anyways, so I used to have my sibling. I have a younger brother. I'll ask him to role play for me. I'll be like, hey, you be the bully. You come and tell me nasty things. Tell me things like I don't know what people bully people for these days. It's clear. Hey, your sense of dressing is so bad. You're so stupid, or you're so fat. You're so dumb. You can't think straight. You're not funny at all. Whatever, like all these nasty, mean things that a bully would say. By the way, right? I know people who've experienced bullying know exactly what your bully is going to say. You know exactly why they're bullying you because you've done it. They've done it to you so many times. You're very clear about what they're going to say. So you can very easily ask someone to role play for you. It could be your parent also the next time. So ask your parent, when you're asking your parent for help, instead of telling them about the bullying, tell them to role play with you. Tell them to say, hey, you play the role of the bully and I'm going to practice reacting without getting upset. Right? So that you can practice. And the next time it happens, the next time your bully, whoever is bullying you is trying to bully you and you do not get upset, you will notice very quickly that person is not winning. He's kind of losing. He's suddenly losing. And the moment he loses more and more, he'll just stop. That's the whole point. So how do you completely stop bullying is by making that person lose. And the best way to make that person lose is not get upset. I know, once again, it's a lot of information. It might sound simple, but it's not easy. I know it's logically simple, but it's not easy. So I'm going to continue playing that video because he does a little more of the role plays, which is even more interesting. So I'm going to share more of that.
Don't they have to have, self-confidence or a high sense of self-worth? No, they don't. If you explain to students that bullying is nothing more than a game about winning and losing, and that the way that they can win is by not getting upset, and the bully will lose. And when people lose, they don't like playing the game, so they'll leave you alone. When you explain that to a student, it's simple, it's concrete. It's not abstract, it's not ethereal, it's not complex, it's simple. Don't get upset no matter what they say. I'm not saying it's easy, but in logic, it's very simple. Now, it's important to know this. When I say bullying, I'm only talking about when someone's hurting your feelings. If you can understand bullying in terms of someone hurting your feelings, then the solution is very simple. But some people think bullying is more complex than hurting your feelings. They think bullying is like violence. Let me make it very clear. When I say bullying, I'm not talking about when someone punches your face. I actually believe that, you should get upset if someone punches your face. That's not bullying. That's called assault and battery. Okay? Don't just stand there. It's all good. No, dude. If someone straight up punches your face, get upset. Why? Because that's a crime. That's not bullying. It's a crime. And crime should be punished. And if you ever feel like your life is in danger, you should be protected. You should reach out for help.
These are social skills that every human needs to learn, because there's mean people all around us. There's jerks everywhere. I've discovered that when you empower kids to solve their own social problems, 3 things happen. Number 1, they grow in self-esteem, they grow in self-confidence, and they grow in self-worth. All 3 words have one word in common. Solves the problem for himself. Does he grow in self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-worth? And that's what we should be doing. Every victim of bullying deserves the right to be taught how to solve their own social problems. And that's what we need to move towards, I believe.
Now, in this game, I want you to call me an idiot. I'm going to try to get you to stop being mean. You can make fun of my high forehead, my pointy nose. You can make fun of my ugly clothes. Here's how the game works. It's pretty brilliant. I'm going to try to get you to stop being mean. And if I can stop you from being mean, I win. But if I can't stop you and you keep being mean to me, you win. Okay? So the goal is not to give up. You call me an idiot and you keep making fun of me. I'm going to try to stop you. On the count of 3, everyone say action. 1, 2, 3. Action. Call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
What'd you say?
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
You're ugly.
That hurts my feelings.
Yeah, like I care.
I'm going to get you in trouble.
Sure, short stuff.
I'm taller than you. Shut up. You call me an idiot one more time and I will windmill kick your face.
Like I care. Like you could do anything in those clothes.
These clothes are freaking awesome, okay?
Sure, plaid and sweater vest.
Oh, you have eyes. You can see. Stop being mean.
I hate your face.
Stop being mean.
I hate blonde people.
All right, give her a big hand.
Yeah, did you see that? Like, isn't that a very common kind of interaction? I really like that because isn't that very close to how we experience bullying? So when someone bullies us, we come back and say, hey, stop it. How dare you? I feel hurt. I feel sad. Don't do this. You're mean. You're stupid. We get back. We think that saying nasty things to them will make them feel like how you feel, right? Isn't this very similar to how you would react when you're getting bullied? When I'm being bullied, this is how I reacted. I know some of you hit back, don't hit back. That's not a good thing. Don't hit back. Yeah. But yeah, like this is very common, right? This is generally what happens. Now look at the next reaction.
Hand clap. She did great. All right, now hold on. Good job. I tried to stop you. I couldn't. You did a great job. We're going to play one last time. Same rules. You can call me an idiot. I'm going to try to stop you. Don't let me stop you, okay? You keep being mean to me. You think I can stop her? No. All right, I'll try. Here we go. On the count of 3, everyone say action. 1, 2, 3. Go and call me an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Oh, you think I'm an idiot?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I do stupid things. That's true.
Yeah, you do. You always do stupid things.
I know. You're so smart. You're so lucky.
Yes, I am.
You're awesome.
Thank you. And you're not.
I know. We established that. Cool. Look, my happiness is not based on whether you think I'm cool or not. I'm going to be happy even if you hate my guts.
Okay.
And I'll always be nice to you, sweetheart.
Okay. No.
Isn't she lovely?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I won. Give me a big hand clap. That was awesome.
Yeah. Now you saw the second one, right? Where he was, of course, he didn't get upset. Obviously, in fact, he was even being nice to her. That's like level 2. That's like pro level. That's like the higher levels, which is hard to go there. But number one technique he used was don't get upset, and he didn't get upset. And the moment you don't get upset, the bully has nothing. Like they're losing because their objective is to make you upset. The moment you don't get upset, they're gonna be like, oh God, what am I doing? I'm bored. I'm sad. I'm confused. I don't know what to do, and they'll just stop. And if they see you reacting like this a couple of times, like a few times, they're gonna stop bullying you because they realize that hey, you're not getting upset. No matter what I do, no matter what the bully does, this guy is the bully, okay. No matter what this guy does to me. Oh no, wait, I forgot which was the bully. This was the bully, or this was the bully. Oh, this was the bully, yeah. So he's the bad guy. This guy is like, no matter how much he's trying, this guy is not getting upset. He's just like being normal, calm, and not getting upset. So he keeps trying, but never works. He'll just stop. He'll just not come back. But every time you shout back, the guy, every time he bullies and you shout back, he's winning. This guy is winning. So he's going to keep coming back. He's going to keep come back to bully you because he knows that every time he does something, you're going to get upset and you're going to respond. So that's why the last option never works, because that only makes it worse. He's only going to come back. You're helping him win. Okay. So yeah, these are like more solid examples of how to be nice. Now there are more advanced techniques than this. Okay. But I'm going to pause here because the more advanced techniques are more like, we'll come there in a bit. It's like how to be nice. Now the next question can be, sir, okay, fine, I'll be calm. Okay. But should I be nice also? It'll be better if you're nice to them, but it's harder. So let's not go there. First thing is, let's practice being calm. Okay. So there are two techniques to practice being calm. The first technique was, I said, role play. Right? Have someone help you role play being the bully, and then you practice being calm, so that the next time in actual life that guy is coming to bully you, the actual bully is coming to bully you, because you've practiced, you can just be calm. Okay, that's the number one important technique. The number two important technique is to meditate. I know some of you might have heard of it. Some of you are probably going, sir, what is that? That's such a grandmother, grandfather, uncle, auntie thing to do. I'm not going to meditate and all that stuff. But trust me, dude, I was like you as a child. It's amazing. It changed my life. Meditation is amazing. You should definitely do it. If you don't know how to, it's completely fine. There's this app. There are these free apps online. I think you can use this app called Calm. Calm is a decent app. They do, I think they have meditation for, it's guided meditation. So you just play it, put on earphones, play it, and just listen to whatever that guy is saying and do what that guy is saying, and keep doing it as frequently as you can. It's okay. You can do it, I don't know, 2-3 times a week is fine. Now, why will meditation help? Meditation helps you. The reason you lose in bullying is because you quickly get angry and you quickly get upset. Meditation stops that. Meditation helps you stop getting quickly angry or quickly upset. So when the bully is saying something nasty to you, meditation helps you pause and not instinctively get angry and reflexively get angry or upset. It helps you keep more calm, right? So the other practice technique that I want to give you is to use meditation. If I'll be very direct, use this app called Calm. It's just CALM, Calm. It's on the Google Play Store. Download it on whichever phone. It's a very safe app. Just put on earphones. There'll be like there'll be like 10-minute things that he'll ask you to listen to. Just listen to and keep meditating. Okay. And how frequently? Do it thrice a week to start with. It's each 10 minutes. Each session is 10 minutes. So do it 3 times in a week to start with, because it's simple. And then if you like it, do more of it. But the more you do that, the more you can practice controlling your emotions and prevent yourself from getting upset. Okay. Yeah. So these are the 2 techniques I'm giving you to, or I'm helping you in order to stay calm. Okay. It's kind of summarize. It's a game where the guy who's trying to bully you is trying to make you feel upset. So the most important thing is to not get upset. Okay, that's the most important thing. How do you not get upset? Even if you feel nervous, anxious, low on self-confidence, not feeling up to it. Number 1, practice. Number 1, because it's below that. Okay, or rather, basically, if you take technique number 1 to not get upset is practice, do role play. Technique number 2 to not get upset is meditate. Okay, use the Calm app. There's another app called Waking Up, which I use. Which I love, but it's a paid app, so it might not be easy for you. Calm is free, so you can use it. Got it?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what will we do if like one of our friends is like bullying us? Not actually bullying. He thinks that he's just like playing around with us, but we actually find it sort of bullying. So what will we like reply to him?
So many people who bully don't know that they're bullying. Actually, their objective is, so when they're making fun of you in order to get laughs from others, or if they're whatever angry with you, like you saw those three reasons, right? They mostly don't even know that they're bullying you and you're feeling low. But their deeper objective is to get you upset. So the only way, even if they're making a joke about you, a mean joke about you, other people will laugh only if you get upset. If you don't get upset, other people will not laugh, and he will realize that his objective is not being met, and people will, therefore he is not being funny, and therefore he'll just stop doing it. Does that make
Okay, sir.
sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Sir, actually, I have a question that if the bully start to like beat us or something.
Yeah, it's a very good question, Yashika. If they start to beating is never good. Is never allowed. It's directly wrong. Don't take it. Don't be nice. Don't. I'm not. If they beat you, talk to your parent or a teacher immediately. Any kind of physical harm is a no. Right? Either you doing it or someone doing it is not correct. Everyone, please be aware here. I'm not trying to say. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not trying to say if someone beats you, hey, don't get upset. No, that's not what I'm saying. This is for non. Don't get upset is for non-physical bullying. Okay. If there is physical bullying involved, if someone touches you or hits you, immediately raise that to your parent or your teacher. Don't let that happen. That's not
Thank you,
something that you should
sir.
allow. But thanks for the question, Yashika. Yeah. All right, folks. With that, I'm going to pause today. It was nice. I loved talking to you. It's always a pleasure for me. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm going to see you again most likely next week. I think I will send you out. Most likely, I'll see you again next week. All right. Bye, guys. See you. Have a good day. Thanks for coming.